Let's talk about the global economy like it's a tightly wound mechanical watch. You introduce a single grain of sand into one gear, and suddenly the entire system starts losing time.
Oh, absolutely. That watch metaphor is incredibly apt right now.
Yeah, because today's deep dive into the August 24, 2026 Daily Tech Reader briefings is all about that sand. We're looking at systems under pressure, tracing how disruptions cascade from global geopolitics all the way down to our own biology. So let's unpack this.
Well, we are definitely seeing sand poured into several major gears simultaneously, starting with global friction.
Right. So looking at the political side, President Trump is proposing a massive 50% tariff on Canadian autos and steel, slated for January 1st, 2027.
And that's driven by very specific friction points, right? Like disagreements over heavy truck exclusions and pushback against Canada's French language limits.
Exactly. And domestically, we're seeing pressure, too, with a new presidential directive restricting mail-in voting that's already drawn legal threats from Democrats.
Yeah.
And just as a quick reminder to our listeners, we're strictly impartial here. We are just reporting the facts from the source material, definitely not endorsing any political side.
Okay, we're just conveying what's in the briefings. But the friction certainly doesn't stop in North America. The U.S. just launched Operation Economic Outcast.
Operation Economic Outcast.
Yeah, they're dropping secondary sanctions on nearly 60 entities linked to Iran. Combine that with a Houthi ballistic missile strike on the Amzan oil tanker in the Red Sea, and you're essentially watching international shipping lanes kind of, grind to a halt.
It's like geopolitical Jenga. You pull one block and the whole thing shakes, which completely explains the anxiety on Wall Street.
Oh, for sure.
We saw the NASDAQ drop 0.76%, and Walmart stock took a hit. But here's what I don't get. Walmart actually grew its U.S. sales by 2.6%. They just missed the 3.5% consensus. Why does a less than 1% miss trigger such market anxiety?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, in a high-pressure environment, margins for error just vanish. Wall Street isn't just reacting to the missed fraction of a percent. They're reacting to the underlying mechanism,
Right, like the consumer's buckling.
Exactly. It suggests the average consumer is finally buckling under economic strain. That's why investors are holding their breath ahead of the Jackson Hole Symposium and the upcoming speech by Kevin Warsh.
They want to know if central banks will relieve the pressure.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for tech? I mean, are we standardizing AI and throwing $900 million at humanoid robots like Xpeng is doing just because human supply chains are too fragile to rely on?
Precisely. When physical trade routes and human labor markets become unpredictable, technological innovation accelerates to compensate. Xpeng isn't just building robots, they're trying to build resilience where physical systems fail.
And you see this split in how tech giants adapt. Like NVIDIA is flexing its hardware dominance by hiking prices on their data center GPUs ahead of earnings.
While Google goes the exact opposite route.
Right. They just moved their AI networking protocol, A2A, into the Linux Foundation. They're giving away their architecture.
It's survival strategies. NVIDIA leverages raw power, while Google embeds itself into the open internet infrastructure. We're even seeing Apple push the durable, foldable iPhone Ultra to survive, physical wear and tear.
And media companies are being forced to adapt their infrastructure, too. India just rolled out a massive new rule requiring platforms to take down unlawful digital content within 3 hours.
3 hours across 1 billion users is a massive technical squeeze.
It really is. It forces adaptation, sort of like how Disney Plus is experimenting by partnering with digital native Darman, or how Peter Berg's The Mosquito Bowl is using a hybrid theatrical and Netflix release.
They have to distribute their risk to survive the squeeze.
Okay, so macro pressures force structural changes.
Yeah.
But I was actually most surprised by the biological data in these sources.
Yeah, the micropressures.
Yeah, we've got the atmosphere boiling with 100 to 115-degree heat in the southern plains, while over in Florida, Saharan dust is literally suppressing storm activity.
What's fascinating here is that duration of exposure is the key metric. Whether it's an economy under sanctions or an organism under environmental stress, systems alter themselves to survive.
Like the sleep study. We always hear get 8 hours. But the data shows hitting a very strict window of 6.4 to 7.8 hours is what minimizes biological aging.
It comes down to cellular mechanics. In that specific window, your body reaches peak efficiency for clearing out damaged cells. But push past 7.8 hours and you shift into low-grade inflammation.
Wow. You're actually stagnating, not repairing.
Right, which accelerates aging markers.
That blows my mind. And it parallels that massive study on gut microbiomes. Taking common medications like antibiotics, antidepressants, and beta blockers permanently reshapes your gut ecosystem long after you stop the prescription.
Because a microbiome is territorial. When you introduce a powerful agent, like a beta blocker, it drastically shifts the chemical environment.
So certain bacteria strains just die off.
Exactly, and opportunistic ones rush in. When the drug leaves, the original bacteria aren't there to reclaim their territory.
The ecosystem establishes a completely new baseline. We see humans managing pressure everywhere, from the NASA Roman telescope launch to sports, Wyndham Clark's golf win, NFL preseason cuts, WNBA pushes.
Every intervention, whether it's beta blockers in our guts or tariffs in trade, leaves a permanent footprint.
Which leaves me with this thought. If medications permanently alter our internal ecosystems and tariffs permanently alter global trade, are any of these systems truly resilient? Or are they just constantly mutating into something new? Something to mull over next time you feel the squeeze.